And so we're excited because we got a chance to be around some amazing people, people that have poured their heart out to helping a lot of other people to reaching high levels of success that you can't even imagine. When you get a chance to rub shoulders and hang around people and just glean from them and just hear what they have to say about what they're doing, not just on the recording that we're going to be discussing in a moment, but the sidebar conversations. It's just no way to explain to you guys. So what we're going to be doing tonight is we're going to be talking about, going over some nuggets that each of us took away from the convention. I want to see who's on the call tonight because I did reach out to a few people to ask if they would come on and share what their takeaway was, because it was about I forget how many hours it was, but it was a couple of days of training. So the first person I'm going to call on, there's no certain order, but I'm going by who responded, is Mr. Jewel Strother out of Kansas City. Now, Jewel, I did stop your video because it was playing, so I may have to ask you to do it. Let me see, I may have to ask you to do it. There you go. Jewel, would you come on and share your takeaway? Because I know you are listening to that very intently. So hello this evening.
Hello, how are you? Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
Awesome. Pleasure to be here. Definitely appreciate the opportunity to serve on the platform tonight. And man, where do I start? We took away so many things from the Rise Up convention. So a few notes that and takeaways I'd like to share was really, one thing that really stood out that I wasn't aware of. It talked about the teams that focus only on the X39 were far more successful than teams that try to memorize what every patch does. So that stood out. That's something I didn't think about because I know we have a lot of incredible products, but if we just focus on that one product and as people join and then introduce them to the rest of the patches that we have available, especially having that link now where you can put the symptoms in to really guide them to different patches. I thought that was incredible to know to just focus on that one patch because it'd be hard getting people in, when you try to teach people to memorize what every patch does. So that stood out to me. The comp plan enhancements was a big thing as well. I was super excited about the comp plan enhancements that happened back in September. And so now we have more coming. So I'm super excited about that. So that was a great takeaway to look for things in the future. And also they talked about, don't try to focus on the big nugget. And that can be relatable in a lot of things, Mrs. Monk, because a lot of people try to get that, what they call that big fish, get that one person that can pull everybody versus focuses on, several people that can get several other people in and continue that duplication process. So the accumulation of a lot of small nuggets lead up to a big nugget. So that was something that really caught my attention too. Car party sessions. We had a car party session there, and that's something we can do at our homes or we do luncheon sometimes. So we have a private conference room. It's good to have call parties. So it was great to have a call party right there on convention while people were super excited. Your support was there. So that just reminded me, man, we got to have more call parties now because that's something we kind of moved away from, but that was definitely an effective tool to do. New Year commitments. Don't make a New Year commitment, not a New Year resolution. I thought that was a good takeaway as well because a lot of people are not really sticking to their commitments on New Year. So definitely make sure we stay committed, rising up to the goals. I can go on, Ms. Monk, but there was a lot of great things I took away. Setting your goals in 90-day increments to get to where you want to be in 12 months is another thing that I incorporated that they mentioned. So that's the thing. A lot of people get in business and they're talking about what's your long-term goal 5 years now? Where do you see yourself 5 years from now? Now we need to be looking at what do you see yourself in 3 months and making sure we're doing an activity every day, taking accountability every week to make sure we land where we're supposed to be in 90 days so we can keep doing that in 90-day increments and being where we want to be in 12 months. And so, again, these are just notes that I took that stood out to make me, to help me reiterate the things I need to stay focused on. So, but I can go on and on because I could turn on this all night. So I'm going to hand it back to you, Virginia Monk. I know you got other people.
Well, I can see that you're very excited, and I'm telling you, that's just contagious. It's just, I remember when you went to the convention in, I think it was July of last year, the first time you got a chance to be around all those people. Of course, it was over 3,000 people there. And you came back so excited. I can't explain for those of you who have never been to an event like that, all the everything, first of all, everything is positive, number one, and then you're learning all this new stuff, and then to know that it is real. And then when you, on top of that, some of the people who came on stage also had shared testimonies. I mean, it was just no way that you could walk away from there and not be excited. So even this virtual was the next best thing. And you were hearing it as it was coming out of everybody's mouth. So thank you for sharing that. And I know you said you got some more notes, and we'll see what happens if they don't cover them as they come along. We'll bring you back to you. Thank you so much, Jewel. Also, let's see who I got next. I think Eric McQueen responded. Let me see, Eric, are you on the call? Let's see if Erica's on the call. I don't know if I see Erica yet, but she'll probably be on there. Next person, I'm gonna wait on Jeffrey because he actually went to the convention, is Renee McCray on the call. Renee?
I'm here.
Hey, Renee, come on, girl. I know you got some good nuggets that you.
Girl, did I? So can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
Well, thank you so much for asking me to share my little personal nuggets that I found. And, I just want to thank you for giving this call every week, because we need it as a team. We need it individually and collectively, and you fill all the gaps. So thank you so much for always being around for us and helping and supporting us. So my gems, well, one, okay, so this was really, I wrote this like right away as soon as I heard it. And because you know how sometimes we talk to people and we don't really get them to, it becomes a tug of war. So you're talking to someone and you're telling them about the business, and they're like, well, I don't know. Well, I'm gonna, I want to do some research. Well, I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to check with my doctor. Well, I don't know, because, they never heard of photobiomodulation before. And, quite frankly, neither have we. But the thing is, we're already in this to win it, right? But sometimes it can become a tug of war. And so, that's not what we want to do. Like, that's not what we want to have happen. And what someone said, a man convinced against his will is of the same opinion still. So if we can remember that, is everything okay? Okay. If we can remember that a man convinced against his will. So, you're going back and forth, and you're telling them what so, but this is this and this is that. And we're like convincing them at every turn. We are overcoming their objections. And if you convince them against their will, they're still of the same opinion. So don't waste your time. I'm not going to waste my time on people that don't really want to do this. They don't know what they don't know. And they're not turning. We can come back to them. We don't have time to waste. Okay, that's the first one. So I thought that was amazing. The second one was in this part called Decide to Decide. Like they always say you have to have a decision, you have to make a decision. And so Decide to Decide, the part that I highlighted was indecision is the thief of opportunity. So if the longer you wait, the longer you're trying to figure it out, the law of default comes in. Like, if you're going to make, should I go and get on this 8 o'clock bus or not? Should I get on the 2 o'clock bus or not? Well, at 1:45, you've missed the 2 o'clock bus and you're going to have to get the 8 o'clock bus. So it's like, make a decision, so that was, an indecision is a thief of opportunity. So your opportunity might've been on that 2 o'clock bus, but because you couldn't make a decision, now you're on the 8 o'clock bus. So, and what is another one? And just like the other gentleman that just spoke, he said, I can tell you so many things. Okay. One of the things that they said was, favor follows boldness. And so, a lot of times we just back up. We just, I don't want to be a pest. I don't want to be a bother. I don't want to sound like I'm trying to sell you on something, and if we're not bold, if we can't get out of our self-imposed comfort zone of staying in our own insecurity, we're not going to get, it's like, how they say the early bird gets the worm. Well, if you're not bold enough to talk to someone, you're not going to get that person, but someone else will, because this is it. So that's all I got.
Well, that was powerful, Renee. Thank you so much for sharing our New York leg out there in New York, just killing it. And I knew she's gonna have some good nuggets. So thank you so much, Renee. Next person I want to call on is my sister Juanita Kraft. I know she was you know, sucking up all this information and taking a good note. So Juanita, you want to share what you came up with from the convention, from the virtual?
Hey, Verdita.
Hey.
And I want to say how pretty you looked on stage. I'm so proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, so yeah, we were, you know, we were trying to host this the virtual event here, and then we had so much snow and ice and everything we couldn't do it. So we MacGyvered up our computer and everything. We got it done. But you know, the one thing that just really stood out to me the most, and a lot of people talked about it, was mindset. You know, we just have to get it in our minds that we're going to win. And whatever you tell yourself over and over again, that's what's going to happen. And so we had so many people talking about, you know, the mind and what you say to yourself every day, and deciding, you know, you're going to have your best year, deciding what it is you're going to accomplish, writing down your goals, you know, and then, you know, making sure, first of all, that setting SMART goals. I guess the guy, I think his name was Jay or something, he said, you know, your goals have to be specific, measurable, they have to be attainable, realistic, and they have to be time bound. And there's so many of us get in here and say, I want to make, you know, $100,000 a month, but we never even made 1,000. You know, you got to make $1,000 a month before you can make 10,000, certainly before 100,000. So all of that, but I tell you what, once you figured out how to do 1,000, then you can figure out how to do another 1,000. So that's the first thing. And then breaking that day, writing things down. So since then, I have been writing down my to-dos every day. I've been writing down what I need to get done during the day. That way I get stuff done. Otherwise, I don't seem to get anything done unless I write it down. So, you know, while I believe, and I've always believed in, you know, write the vision, make it plain. But a lot of us, and myself included, will write down my vision maybe once a year, or, you know, once, you know, something like that. But I think if we write our vision down daily, put together our daily goals, we will accomplish by the end of the day. If we say we're going to do something that day, then chances are we're going to get more of it done than we would if we don't write anything down. At least that's how it works out for me. But we got to be we definitely have to be bold. We have to be confident about who we are. And this is something that I like to add. You know, sometimes people try to make you feel that when you're in network marketing, sometimes they want to make you feel like you should be embarrassed about the industry and who it is, what you represent, and what it is you're doing. And one of the things that I know that if somebody ever asks me, is this network marketing? I say, absolutely. I am a network marketer. That's what I do. And so, you know, then it's like, and I'll explain why. And, but we have to be bold. We have to be confident in what it is we're doing and what it is that we represent. Because, you know, when people think they can shame you, and they think you're not bold and you're not confident, you're not going to get anybody to follow you or do what you do if you're not confident yourself in what it is that you're doing. So that's kind of it.
All right. Thanks, Juanita, so much for that information. We got to be bold and we got to be confident, because we got the best kept secret. So thank you so much. I see that Erica's picture keeps popping up, so I don't see her name on here, but Erica, are you here now?
I am here. Can you hear me, Verdita?
I can.
Okay, let me just see if I can get my camera on. Hello,
There you go,
everyone.
there you go. You must be on a
Hey,
phone,
hey.
a Zoom or phone or something.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, because I didn't see your name on the screen, so you must be on.
Oh, okay.
some
My,
kind
my
of-
mistake. Okay, no worries.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, well, good evening, everyone. And absolutely, we had a phenomenal event. I learned so much. Everybody's so excited, Verdita. My phone is just burning up. Everybody's calling me for 3 ways. Everybody's excited. Everybody wants to reach their goals, and everybody's following a lot of what they saw this weekend. So I have been creating different reminders from different segments for the team. So I don't know if you can see it, but I don't know if you can see that. Okay, so that's one of them, and I just do it like a different one every single day. I don't know if you can see it, but
What was it? I see the greenery behind you, but what was it? Hello?
basically,
I'm not sure if it's my computer or is it Erica's. Um, Erica, you still there?
I think
You
that's
guys,
her
is
computer.
that my computer or is it
No,
hers?
she's frozen.
Okay, okay.
it was, let me see if you can see. Hold on, let me see. Basically, what it was it's just a Canva that, yes, I am. I'm frozen?
Well, see,
Hold on,
I
let me
don't,
see. Okay. Can you hear me now, Bert?
I can, I can hear you. I think you got some technical issues, Erica, right now, because I don't even see your face anymore.
Can you see me?
I see you now. Okay.
Okay, sorry guys, my internet is
Okay.
acting a little strange.
Okay.
But anyhow, what I wanted to just share was I think it was a young lady, Kendall. She was talking about how to really talk to people and how to pitch. And so I kind of wrote it down what she was saying. She was talking about talk to everyone about the opportunity, but do not talk too much. Okay, use the tools. And so I spent some time this week printing out some of those tools that we have in the back office when it comes to, the pro system, and making sure that I'm, writing down everybody who I meet and where I am in the process with them. So utilizing the tools, because it's not, what we can achieve on our own, is what duplicates, and it has to do with using the tools and the system. And so that was great information. But also, these are things to say. Hi, Chris, I'm calling for a specific reason. So in other words, don't get on the phone, people you haven't talked to in 10 years, and just, want to catch up. You'll be on the phone forever. And I think we've all a specific reason. I have a pro gathered here, Kindle, and a combination of one of the gentlemen that spoke. And so he says, I have a prolific health technology that I know can help you. There is also a business attached to it. And then Kendall shared, do you want information about the patch, the business, or both? And I tried that today. It worked really well. It says closing with professional urgency. So important. I would like to schedule some time to follow up with you. Give them a day and a time and assume that they will say yes. I don't know if you can hear me, Verdita. I just got a text that said I'm breaking up. But yeah, give them a day and a time, and and be professional about it and be urgent about it. And so I have so many things I can share, but it seems like my system is a little bit sketchy tonight. I don't know. Can you hear me, Verdita? I just want to double check. Hello? Can you hear me?
Erica. We can
You
hear
can
you.
hear me?
We
We can hear you,
Okay,
yes.
good. Okay, thank you. And then also the one I love is handling the objections. I thought that was hilarious. When it said, change your perspective. When somebody says, I'm too busy for a new business, it's actually a cry for help. They need a way out. Everyone loves and freedom. Okay, everybody loves freedom. So when they give you an objection, whatever it is, a lot of times a cry for help. Don't just take their objection and run for the hills. Because I see people
Okay, you are
doing
breaking
that.
up
I
very badly.
guarantee you, SPDs are not running for the hills when somebody gives them an objection. And then the other thing is you really have to see what your goal is. And so I created a picture with me on it. Okay. 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 Sorry about that, guys. I don't know what's going on. Can you hear me, Verdita? You want to just, I'll share another time. It's okay.
I mean,
It's okay. I don't
But
want
it's
to
broken
mess up the
up.
quality of the call.
It's broken up really
But
bad.
yeah, I don't mess up the, sorry about that, guys.
Thank you,
Okay,
though.
okay. Do
because
you want me
this
to
was-
continue? I
Well, it's
have another
breaking up
point,
every
or
other
you want me to
word.
just turn back on?
It's breaking up every other word, but
Okay.
I don't know what to say because we're hearing every other word.
Okay, okay. I'm trying to see how I can maybe get a little bit better of maybe I'm in a bad place. Let me try that. Sometimes that works, but okay, let me try that. Let me go closer to my
Well-
modem.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. Let's see if it's a little bit better. Is it better now?
Keep talking.
Okay, okay. Sorry, guys. All right. I was talking about how people are giving you objections, but they're really cries for help. You have to shift your perspective. When somebody says, oh, I don't like network marketing, instead of running for the hills, say, really? Did you have an experience? You want to get to the root of what they're talking about. Okay, because they may be talking about something that's completely different than what we're doing. And you have to know that you may have a solution to what their issue is. So I'm going to stop it right there, Verdita. I don't know why my phone is acting like this today.
There was
I don't
some
know, it's
great
my phone.
information. There's some great information in Erica. I want to elaborate on one of the points you made about, you know, when somebody says they're too busy to add anything else on their plate. One of the top producers, or I'll say as far as momentum, and he went to SPD in, I think, 7 weeks, is Mr. Jay Atkins. Now, Jay, he said that he had 6 multi-million-dollar businesses on already when he heard about this. And what his reason for doing it, he says, well, I like helping people. He was impressed by what he heard, but he said the reason he joined is because he liked helping people and he saw what he was doing. So, I mean, you wouldn't even think that his personality and the way he acts, that's what I'm pretty sure he did it for the money too, but he's very strategic in everything he did. But he says, just because you got a lot on your plate, that's not a good reason not to do the business. Because see, we're
No.
talking about leveraging our time. See, people, this is the thing behind this, you guys. This is a science. This is a profession. Some of the people in corporate America, some of the top executives they don't work as hard as the rest of the people. Okay. They just know how to delegate and tell other people what to do while they go out on a golf course.
Here we go.
So anyway, thank you so much, Erica. We got
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right.
And thank you so much, Erica. I will tell you, Erica has been very, engaged as far as trying to do some things in Atlanta area. I think we talked about the last time how we had the New Year's weekend launch of the city. And then she was kind of the one that orchestrated the Zoom call for the Atlanta, the watch party for the Atlanta team, and then other things we're going to be doing. So thank you so much, Erica, for your leadership.
My pleasure.
Thank you. Now we also have Mr. Jeffrey Payton. Now Jeffrey, he and Regina, I don't know, I think we just saw you on Friday morning, but Jeffrey came and he don't want to miss out on anything. So Jeffrey, I know you got some great notes as well as what your experience was like for just being there.
Verdita, first of all, I want to thank you for inviting me to share tonight. I've been bursting at the seams with the information that we acquired, but I want to do a quick thanks and a quick shout out to you and Harvey and Ken and Lynn for hosting a hospitality party for us, which was very elegant. It was on point. The food was great. The company was incredible. And so was the conversation. But guys, I want to start this off by saying, you don't ever want to miss another one of these events. I don't care what the sacrifice is. because everybody that was there made some kind of sacrifice, even though there were those who were appointed or delegated to be there. It's important that you're there because all of I mean, there was some fantastic information that was on the stage, but listen, instead of the nuggets being dropped out in the audience, there were boulders. All right. Like the various conversations from people in different regions where you could reach out, make contacts, build your network through the structure of teamwork and being there for the people and offering the same. It was really powerful in that respect. Now, just let me. I made some notes, about 3 pages, but I'm gonna go through it as quickly as I can. I know I don't have a whole lot of time, but listen, a lot of us don't even know how to tell people what we do. Now, the subject came up 2 or 3 times by 2 or 3 of the speakers tonight, but we are in a home-based business, or HBB. This is a home-based business or a legacy business. This was one of the things that I heard from Mike Hernandez, who really put emphasis on the fact that if you build this and build it with urgency, I heard the word bold, step into the business boldly, consistently, be excited, and be confident in what you do. So if people ask you what you do, well, I'm in a home-based business. Well, that leads to another question. What kind of home-based business are you in? Well, I'm in the stem cell reactivation industry. Oh, what is that? Stem cells. If you'd like to hear more, however you break the ice, just do it. Now, ironically enough, we were in the Warray Studios. Eric Worre happens to be one of my favorite trainers, network marketing trainers. I'm reading his books, and 2 or 3 of them I read over and over and over again, because you just can't seem to get enough of this stuff, because it's all situations are tailored in this book, in his books. And this guy's multi-million dollar, probably a billionaire by now, but his studio was fantastic. It was the technology was next level. It was like being inside of a TV set. The screen was completely around the room. They had a big control room to the side that had hundreds of screens. We could see you guys. We knew who was in the Zoom. And by the way, Harvey and Verdita, you guys did a great job on stage, man. You really set it out. I'm so proud to be on this team, and I'm even prouder to be able to try and put the vision in the folks' mind's eye tonight. Now, knowing that this is a legacy business, what is a legacy business? A legacy business is the business where you invest your time for your family, right? And you pass it on to folks in your family, whether it's your friends or family, your relatives, your grandchildren, or you can become the greatest philanthropist. Whatever your heart's desire, a legacy business is what we have right here with LifeWave and X39. Now, don't be afraid to ask for the big package. This was another thing that Mike Hernandez spoke about. I mean, he said, if you're going to do this and do it seriously, don't be afraid to ask for the big package, the 1750 package. And if you haven't upgraded to the 1750 package, I recommend that you do so right away. Why? Because if you invest the money that it takes to build a legacy business for under $2,000, and then your overhead is only $200 a month, it's a win-win. There should be no complaining. The money that you find to get the big package, as Mike Hernandez said, is going to change your life. You're going to get so serious, so focused as to how to get your money back, till that's going to spill over. And that's going to become contagious with the people that you enroll in the business. So don't be afraid. Get the courage up to ask for the big package. Now, people can't move on the big package, no big deal. Bring them back down to where they are. Let them enroll wherever they are. That just makes so much more sense than to try and count people's money out of the chute. Now, Erica McQueen pointed out, she asked me a question earlier today, and we were talking about some things earlier, and she said, "Well, Jeff, well, what's the secret sauce?" All right, and just being there, it was so simple. It's the system, guys. It's the system. It's the pro strategy system. All you have to do is patch, revisit. Revisit means to follow up, the fortunes and the follow up. The opportunity, get them to Zoom, elite, some of the leaders. Every presentation that you get them to is so important. Now listen, once you get them enrolled, guess what? You need to know what's next, right? And they're gonna ask you what's next. What's next is for you to register for the very next event, right? Because this is the only business, or this is one of the businesses, this is the business that's so successful because of the fact that it promotes events. Without the events, the local events, the regional events, the national events, the This Is It team, the LifeWave team, the Sandy Springs, the Norcross, all of these events are important, and you got to get good at promoting them, right? Go Manager, plug into the Zooms, on board, get on This Is It team. All of these things you already know, all right? As the leaders that are listening to this call right now, you already know. Take a deep dive into this information. Learn how to do it and learn how to do it well. On the 25th of this month, all right, there's been we're switching gears. The meeting's gonna happen. The hour has been changed to 10 o'clock. What we are going to do, and it's going to be very important for you to take this down, we are going to have the Vision 2025 with, it's going to be aired, zoomed on to the meeting in Norcross at the Hampton Inn with David Schmidt, and he's going to do this 4-hour training. It'll go from 10 o'clock in the morning till 2 o'clock in the afternoon. You don't want to miss it. Plan a watch party if you can't make it up to Norcross. Do whatever you got to do to get in front of this information. It's going to jack you out of your mind. The last and final thing is this. When you come across people that are throwing negatives at you, particularly things, and this is I'm just using this one example, a commonplace problem. They say, well, you've gone through the process of trying to enroll them and give them the information that they need, and they back up and say, is this a pyramid? And if they ask you that, you come back with another question. You say, well, what do you know about pyramids? What is your experience with pyramid? Let them tell you what they don't know. Because most people's responses are, and little do they know that their jobs are structured as a pyramid. The government is structured as a pyramid. Most environments you can't get away, where business or corporate or structure is concerned, you can't get away from, that's a pyramid. So that being said, Verdita, I'm wrapping it up. I'm pumped out of my mind, and I hope that what I said can help a few people on this call.
Great, not Reggie, Jeffrey, thank you so much. First of all, it was so good to see you and Regina there. And
yeah, that
had
was
some
fun
in that suite, did we not?
Oh yes, was so
we
cool.
didn't get a chance to do as much as we wanted to because let me show y'all something. I hope this works.
Thanks.
Pull up. Wait a minute, what's that? Let's see. Is there somebody on the Zoom doing that? Let me see if I can pull up my email. If y'all don't see it, I have to.
That's not me for sure. I don't know who that is.
Can y'all see my my screen?
That's your email. Yeah,
okay, that's what I wanted to pull up. Y'all see this right here? This is where we had a party. This is just one room. Can you see it, Jeffrey?
Oh yeah, I can see. I'm there again. I'm back in the place.
I'm telling you, it was so exquisite. The whole hotel was exquisite. Let me see.
Absolutely.
Trying to go to the next page. This is another view. Look, we saw the out the strip, and there's like a bar area. We had chairs on both sides of this, like it was a table, big old long table. And it was like 8 chairs there, and it was a kitchen. All this was in, y'all, it was fun. We had, we limited
They
to
had food
25
laid
people.
out over there and everything.
Yeah, I
dirtied
really
it
wish
up.
I
It was
had time. I
exciting.
wish I didn't think about it, but I was gonna bring the picture of some of the people that attended the party. It was only 25. That was the limit. This is in that suite. It was bathroom and all this, but in that, bedroom. But that was the area that we that we had the party. But let me see, it was one more thing. Oh, so let me say this. I'm gonna stop my share for just a second. So talking about the nuggets, okay? I'm gonna talk about my nugget is about making that list. But let me share this experience with you before I share that. When we first got to our hotel, they had a food court, and there's one food court called Oysters. They had the best. We got what did we get? Gumbo. We had gumbo. They had dirty, gosh, I can't think of that thing. Not dirty rice. Was it dirty? It was something Harvey had, but it was real good. And so there was this couple sitting there, and I could see that they had gumbo. We were sitting at the bar, and they had gumbo. And I asked them, is it good? And she said, oh yeah, but you can't eat it by yourself. Because it was this big old bowl. And so I said, ooh, so I ordered some. And as we, how you already asked one question, so all you got to do is continue saying something that makes sense. And I said, y'all, why are y'all staying? Most people come to Vegas like to stay on the Strip. What brings you all to Vegas? See? And I asked them, they said, well, we're looking for another property. They was looking for an apartment so that when them and their grown sons come here, they can have a place to stay. And so she told us that. So, one thing led to another. Harvey started showing them the renovations we did to our house. But basically, then the guy took a picture. He said, let's take a picture. He said, so that if we ever look back, we'll remember when we first met. He was doing all the documentation you do when you are, building that relationship and want memories and maybe try to get them on your team. So what happened, let me share with this. So we told them what we were here for, and we gave them some patches. We would tell them a little bit about it, gave them the information. And then we went to, we left, of course. And then the next day we went to the Eric Worre studio. So I'm going to show you this picture. And so I already told them what we were doing. I told them we were one of the trainers. Can you all see this? So I sent this to the team. This is a picture of me and Harvey on stage.
Yes.
Can y'all see that, Jeffrey?
Yes, we can see it.
See here, yeah. Ooh, this screen. Okay, but I just sent him the picture because let him know we can be professional too. So I just wanted to share that because let me tell you what happened. They text me. I didn't text them. They text me sometime today and said they wanted to get some more patches. And we didn't really say a lot about the business and all that kind of stuff, as far as them doing it. We told them what we were doing. But anyway, they asked for some patches. So one patch. So I said, I was just sharing with Harvey what they said. He says, well, give them what they want. I said, no, I'm not letting them get no one sleeve. No, they too sharp, just get one sleeve. Anyway, I started, so I said, can we talk? I could have easily given them the link just like somebody else might do, but I didn't do that. I said, can we please talk? And so we talked at 6:30, and I asked them, I was letting them know, you said that you did express to me, hey, we're going to be business partners. He said something to that extent. I said, so I need to let you explain to you how this works, because if you saying you want to be a business partner, that means you want to make money, which means you need to find out how we make our money. So bottom line, I just took them to the process and explained why the package was more beneficial. I said, one sleeve is only enough for one person. You're married. I said, so you need at least 2. And he had some kind of pain. So I said, you might as well go on and get 3. So I told him, they signed up right away. I mean, not a big deal, but they signed up as core. I tried to, give them a chance to get the advanced or higher, but I don't think they're there yet. See, that's where you gotta just receive that person's belief level. You can't force that down their throat. You got to let, spoon feed them till they get to their belief level raises. Okay. And so I explained to them, if you're looking at this a business, you don't get enough just for yourself. You get enough to share with enough people to get some results back. And that's all I said. But I just wanted to share that. Now, this is the part I want to share. Is I only got one little slide. And that was Mike Hernandez. No, was it him that got up there and said that? Oh, no, Kendall, if I believe. She said, this is what Kendall said. Kendall said, when it comes to making your list, God, y'all, it hit me like a ton of bricks. Well, she didn't say everything I got on this list, but this is what she said. I'm saying use a memory jogger. If you can't think of people by categories like, you know, who do you know that's a nurse, electrician, you know, memory jogger. And you can Google memory jogger and you can print it out. Then she's saying that when you get a person, you bring a person in, and you know how we say, make your list, and then we're going to do a Zoom for you, whatever. She just said, this is what she said, review the list with them and ask them to identify the strongest people they know. Okay, whatever strongest means to you. And that's what they're doing. Help them identify the strongest people and call them first. And then also use leverage, you know, so let me give you an example of that in a moment. But let's talk about calling people. Who was it said they had a calling party? Was it Jewel that was talking about they had I thought he called it a calling party. He said call party, but I call it a calling party.
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
So what if you just got started? I mean, just look at this scenario, y'all. It just hit me like, let's say you just got started and the person who enrolled you said, listen, do you mind if I come over? You know, if you're in the same city, you mind if I come over and spend a couple hours with you? I'm going to help you get the manager in one day. I'm show you how to do that. And, you know, I'm not saying that necessarily. It could be, I'm going to show you how to do this. And maybe that's your goal for that day. Let me just show you how this works. And so you pick up the phone and say, who do you call or who do you pick? Who's in the first person that comes to your mind that you talk to almost every day about nothing? Who is that? And then let's say, I got a friend, I'm not going to call her name, but she'll call and they'll be talking about nothing. And I could call her and say, you ain't going to believe what I got my hands on. And, you know, tell your own verbal reason, you know, what you got your hands on and why you're so excited. Somebody, and you know, and even if it means just saying that and say, listen, you're not, the person who told me about this, she's standing right here. She is standing right here. You need to understand what this is all about before I hang this phone up. You need to know. But listen, my sister knows, I'm gonna call the person name. Her name is Penny. Both of us know Penny. And when Penny calls, she ain't talking about nothing much. I mean, what I like about Penny, she always checks up on you, but she ain't talking about much. So I'm gonna say, Penny, you got to hear this. You know, I don't call out a lot of people a lot, but if I'm calling them, they must know I'm calling for a reason. Penny, you got to hear this, girl. So this is I'm just throwing this out there because there are some people that are not comfortable approaching people. And I'm not saying you shouldn't learn, you know, certain strategies and all this, but I'm saying sometimes if a person is in a more natural setting, they're more likely to call people. I mean, I remember, was it Carrie Robertson? I think we trained on her information 3 or 4 weeks ago. And she says that she helps people get to manager in a day via Zoom. Via Zoom. It could be you saying, I'm gonna have a calling party with Renee. Renee just got started and I'm gonna do a calling party with you, Renee, and you got some friends. Let's jump. It may not have to be everybody at the same time, but whoever jumps on that call, you call somebody at 2 o'clock, you call somebody at 2:30, you know, whatever. So we got to start. I'm just telling you how I received what Mike Hernandez, but this goes back to what Jeffrey, he's talking about Mike Hernandez. Mike Hernandez, you guys, let me tell you, the energy that you can feel the energy coming off of him. You just feel it in the air. And he says, when your belief level is so high, I'm see if I can do it like he said, nobody can stop you. You know, y'all, who can do that? But that's the way Mike Hernandez talks. But he was like, I can see why he's got such a strong team because his energy is so, but you think about this. He says, when you talk to enough people, if you start talking to enough people, your belief level is going to go up. Nobody can tell you this thing don't work. Nobody can tell you the business, north path. You can't tell you, move on, go to the next person. That's how fast he talks. That's how high pitched and energetic he talks. But I mean, I still feel it, y'all. I still feel it in my bones. What I took away is just no way to monetize or measure that, you know. But the last thing I want to say about the end of the day, let's say I gave an example. I signed up somebody and I went and spent a few hours with them. And let's say that you talk to your sister and she says, "Oh, let me look at this." Send her away, let her look at the site. You tell her some stuff, but look at the site and come and get back on here in about 20 minutes because we're gonna be here for a minute. Or let me call you back. Well, what about at the end of that 2-hour period or that 3-hour period, you call your sister back and say, "You know what, Juanita?" When Juanita's my sister on this call. "You know what, Juanita? You know that technology I was telling you about? Girl, I got 4 people look like they're about to sign up. But if you want to get in front of them, you better sign up now." So that's what can happen when you compress time and you know, just compress time and talk to a lot of people, even in the very first day. Nobody has to be trained to talk to people. All right, so thank you. So it looks like Miss Lisa Platt has put on her video. Lisa, did you have something you wanted to share?
I just wanted to say that that weekend's training was amazing. And don't be afraid to talk to anybody. All you got to do is say, "Hi, I'm Lisa. What's your name?" And that's all you got to do. And then you got to tell them, "Have you heard of stem cell therapy?" Because I'm telling them, I have my own business in stem cell therapy and it's amazing. And they're like, "I need to hear more." Because one guest said, "I haven't seen you since a year. And what do you do? Did you get a nip and tuck? What did you do to your face?" I said, "Nothing." They said, "You look amazing." I said, "It's X39. Oh, you got to send me info." So, and of course, I'm always excited. This is my level. Someone said to me, "Are you always on this level of excitement?" I said, "Heck yeah." Now, because I can run around this bar and feel good thanks to X39. Okay, I got to get back to work now, y'all. I got guests.
Lisa.
Hey, Bernita.
Yes,
Ready?
Patrick.
Hi,
Thank you,
Bernita.
Lisa. Hey, Lisa.
I was not on the list, but I would like to. I was on the program. I watched the program Friday and Saturday all day by myself because of the snow. There was nobody
Did you
turn
want
up.
to
But
share your camera, Patrick?
Okay, can you guys see me?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. One of the major nuggets I got from this thing was by Steve Merritt at the end of the program. And Peyton brought it up. It's about promoting for the next live convention. And I have come to a conclusion that's the key for myself and my people to build their business strong. Because sometimes we bring people in, and after a period of time, they fall off. And he states that bringing people to the conventions is the key to build a strong business. And the reason why I really bought onto that, because since I came back, I already bought my ticket already for the next convention in August. And the reason why I did that, because from moving forward from now on, whenever I sign someone up from being a brand manager, the first thing I'm telling them, you got to go to the convention. And I'm going to push that as mostly I'm going to do that all the time, because that's the key to have a solid business. It's for people to go to the convention, because once they go to the convention, it goes into their heart. And it has to go in their heart for them to have that belief so you can build a solid business.
I like
that's the
that,
key
Patrick.
I got-
That is a
That's
good
the
point.
key I got from the whole thing I got, because they say something, they go to this convention, I hear all the different things and hear all the different things, but a nugget hit you. And that nugget really struck when Steve Merritt says,
That is
be
the
a
key.
promoter. Be a promoter and get people to the convention. You'll never go wrong. You'll always have a solid business.
Thank you, Patrick. That's a key point. Thank you so much for bringing it up. One thing I do want to acknowledge, though, you know, there's a couple of big conventions coming up. One in August with This Is a Team, and then the one in October, which is our annual corporate. I know it's going to seem expensive, especially when you first get started, but put the money you make in the business, put it aside and act like it's not even there. You were living on your paycheck from work already before you got in LifeWay. Just take the extra money that as you're making it, but you got to do something to make it. Put that money aside and invest in yourself, because what Patrick said, think about it. Sometimes it feels like you're on a vacation. Like that's what I felt like when I was in Vegas and we you know, having fun and stuff. And we went to Punta Mita. Of course, we won that trip. But I'm saying this to say, you got to invest in your business. If you don't, you know, like I have a contractor that does a lot of work for me. If you get on his van, he's got these, everything nailed up on all these tools. He'll bring out a tool I ain't never seen in my life, but those tools help him work more efficiently. And that's the same thing Patrick is saying. If we utilize the tool of the event is a simple tool. All you gotta do is open your mouth, say, can you come? Would you like to come? But you might want to, you know, entice them on some call or something, and everybody. So like this. So I hope, based on what Patrick just said, that every single person on our team, I think is going to go to this is a convention.com. Sunday was the last day of the early. I don't even know what it is now. It may not have gone up. So
It
you
is
might
there
be
for another, it's there for another week.
okay.
I was
If
listening
you
to
can
Steve
go
say
to
something for another week.
thisisitconvention.com and register for the convention that's in October, the what's it called? Believe
Next
me.
level.
No, that's the one in August. Oh, yeah, but yeah, that one too. We need to go to,
Yeah,
we need
that's
to go
next
to next,
level.
yeah, we need to go to next level in August, and the one is in Anaheim too, but I'm just saying both of them, register for both of them, because like the one that's in August, but this is a team, you have to pay, is it $320 down? But that's for
Yeah.
two people. That's for two people. Put that down. You can make that next week, bringing a person in or something, or doing a couple of things, you know what I mean? Binary commissions. Then I think you don't have to pay the balance until sometime in June. Y'all just, it's sometimes when you, was it Renee said, make a decision? When you make a decision, you just cut yourself off from failure. Like, oh no, I'm not losing my $300 something. You know, commit yourself. You'll figure it out. Jeffrey, obviously you want to say something else.
I do, and I have just one more thing to say
Okay.
in regards to the events and planning and building toward these events. Now, you know, we promoted a manager at the event because we kind of put on their team in the mindset of their team to go manage before coming to this event. Now, when they first enrolled, we got them registered for the event, so they had a few weeks to build for manager. And I mean, they really went to work. They brought on 12 new reps, and they hit manager on the day that they were catching the plane to Las Vegas, and they committed that they would not come to Vegas unless they were unless they were manager. And that's Cheryl and Steve Laverty out of Raleigh, North Carolina. These folks are incredible. They're going all the way to SPD, and I'm very excited to work with
Wow.
them. They were at the hospitality party.
I
And
remember
Verdita-
meeting them.
Yeah, they brag about you. They were so elated to meet all the leadership. They've heard about the whole team, but this was the first time they ever had the chance to be in the presence of all the great leadership that our company has, our
Yeah,
team
Reggie, yourself, you know, and Regina, Ken and Lynn and me and Harvey. And just like you said, the people that are just really want it are right there in that suite. So I think Annette Blanchard out of Las Vegas was there.
Yeah,
And some
yeah.
of the people on her team. Okay. Was it missing? Was it something else, you guys? Please, y'all, if you did, does anybody else want to come on, ask a question? We still got a couple minutes. Ask a question, or if you took something away and I didn't get a chance to get around to you. Because we want to get all the good nuggets. Nobody else? Okay, well, this call was recorded. Yes.
Verdita, I just want to say,
Chairman.
yeah, you know, when one thing that really hit me, you were talking about it with Mike Hernandez, and you know, he was sitting up there, he's like, he's like my guy. I'm like, I don't care what he says. I'm like E.F. Hutton, I'm listening. And he started to, he said, you know what? If you have enough no's where you don't care. He said, you don't care. You have enough no's, you don't even care no more. You go to the next person, you don't care. No, it's nothing. It's like you're just leaving it alone.
That's what I was trying to get to. I didn't say it.
No, that's why I wanted to, because it was when he said that, it was like saying, like, look, guys, you know, and the same thing with his wife, you know, Saeed was saying the same thing, like, look what we have here. You know, don't let anybody's negativity bring you down and turn you off. Like, you know what we have, go for it and keep going, because we're gonna win. We're gonna win.
But you know, one thing I was gonna say that Hernandez has that many people don't have. I already told y'all when I was sitting there that his energy was contagious. I mean, you could feel it, like I felt like a frequency or something was shooting out from him. I'm not lying. And even when you go up and talk to him, he's so down to earth. And of course, you know, we have each other's numbers, we talk and stuff, just down to earth people. But I think his energy, if you're around here and you talking to him the first time, there's no way you're gonna walk away from him and not say there's something about him. You're gonna do that. All right. So now who else? Oh, Jewel, you back up. You got something else you forgot to share with us? Did you
All right,
want?
can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can.
All right. I just wanted to reiterate on a couple of things as far as convention. I'll definitely, I think it's very, very important that we definitely make sure that every new partner that we have coming in, that we're talking about convention out the blocks with them. We need to make sure we do that because, as they said, we do build from event to event and plug it into everything we can in between that, because a lot of people just don't understand the power of the event, because that's what changed me, Virginia. You know, I sat on the wall for a long time because I had a lot of stuff going on, but your professionalism, I thank God for you, because you kept, you were such a professional that you dripped on me just over time, and to make sure that I stayed in the know, and you just kept me updated with, you know, with your progress and what was happening with the company. And that's what really got me. And then, you know, because of those updates you gave me, people don't know the power of the convention, because I went to that convention because it was June that you came to Missouri, and it was a convention next month. So June was the first time I really looked at the business side of it. And then I went to that convention the very next month, and to see the core of the company, to see the true heart of the company, that's the only way you can do that. Because when you're in your local areas, everyone, you can only see what's happening in your local area, but you can't see what's happening company wide to see how really big this opportunity really is, unless you attend the convention. It's like trying to look at the Super Bowl through your cell phone versus being at the Super Bowl. It's a big difference, and it takes you out of LifeWave, and it puts LifeWave inside of you when you attend that convention. So we need to make sure that's the core thing. That's how you keep a business partners, get them plugged into the main events. And so if we focus on that out the gates, Verdita, I think, and again, that's one of the takeaways for convention.
We got to get the people to the convention.
We got to get the people there. And so
And-
that was the question they asked, how many people are coming to convention with you? So but it starts with you, right? So we got to make sure we're doing that. I just wanted to add that. That's all.
You know, two things I want to say in response to what you said. Number one, when you get a person, let's say you got somebody started now, it's January, and the next level event's not till August. I think, especially if they end up doing the business, see, we're afraid to put it out there. I think if we told them about it early enough, then they can, if they have to save money, whatever they have to do, they have more time. And then the price won't go up. But so I can hear somebody saying right now, why didn't you just go on and tell me earlier? If you told me, I would at least known. And don't keep nothing from me. Hell, no, don't keep nothing from me. I want to know everything. And when you get there, to be honest with you, that's the most fun. Yes, we had fun in Punta Cana, but I promise you, if I was at a convention and I was surrounded by all of you all that and more of the people on our team that we talk to on a weekly basis, I would have more fun with that. You know, it would be more fun for me to do it that way. So I'm just saying, if I were you, whether you qualify for this trip coming up to Punta Mita or what, no matter what, get to the convention, because you can definitely qualify for that. Let me see, was that the only thing I was going to say?
Verdita, this is Lynn. Didn't they mention something about the new training on school?
Yes. Is this Lynn Robinson?
Lynn Hicks.
Oh, okay, Lynn. Are you familiar with that? Have you looked at it?
Familiar with school, and I was looking around and I saw that they have something set up there, and I thought I heard about it. I
Where
hadn't
did
figured it
where
yet.
did they have it set up though?
I found it on This Is It team.
Okay.
There's a link I clicked on, what did I click on something? I clicked on something on there and it took me to the school site. And you just sign up. If you're not a registered user of school, you can create an account there.
I think it's on onboarding. Is it not on the onboarding?
I didn't see it. I was trying to get Ken Robinson to come on here tonight, but he never did respond. And he's very notice the wrong thing. He's very you know, I'm not gonna worry about it. She's saying this is it team and going, and then what, Lynn? Lynn?
I'm still here. Hang on. I'm trying to backtrack. I can't remember what I clicked on. I'm
Okay.
just playing around, just trying to see what
Oh,
events were coming up. And I clicked on something, I found it, and I was like, oh yeah, they mentioned it. Okay. It's
If
it's actually a direct link. Okay. When you go to thisisitteam.com, they
Mhm.
actually have a new link at the top. It says This Is It Team Training.
Okay,
And that takes you directly to school, SKOOL.com. And you
yeah.
can register
It
there.
was so funny because when I was sitting there, when they first showed it, I said, oh, they misspelled school. And then I found out it was this acronym. So you guys, SKOOL. I know that Ken seemed to be real excited about it. I have not slowed down long enough to look at it because we just got back last night. But make sure you go and find out because it's going to be helpful for you and your new people when they sign up. Anybody else got something they want to share before we end the call? I'm gonna stop the recording.